Alright guys, this is Jay. Today is Wednesday, April the 2nd, and we're up here in Spanishburg, West Virginia. I'm up here in Donald's apiary. Say hello, Donald.
Hello, group.
So today we're going to do a little bit of work in the bees. We're looking for queens, make sure we're queen right. We're doing inspections. We always do a pre-inspection before we treat with formic acid, and we're checking for Varroa mites. I want to show you guys something that we do before we do alcohol washes as we crack the boxes apart. So as we crack the boxes apart, you're going to see drone brood built in between the frames, and one of the things we like to do is roll the larva over, because Varroa mites are known to go down under that larva to feed on the larval stage and the pupal stage. They'll feed on them bees down in there. After they turn to a pupa, they come out from underneath and they feed on the bees and breed inside the cells. So we haven't found any in this hive, and we're going to move on and look and see what else we can find in here. So what we found on this frame, we've got both stages of brood. We got drones, they're the longer elongated cells along the bottom, and we've got worker brood up in this area. That's worker brood there, and we've found a couple drones walking around, and we've got eggs and larvae, so we are queen right. We've confirmed that. And these hive inspections, you want to keep these to about 10 to 15 minutes. So we've just been in here a few minutes. We've identified the queen. We're going to do a mite wash on these bees. We're going to give them a honey super, and we're going to put them back together. So we'll get a video of the mite wash and show you guys what that's like, and we'll talk about why we're doing that. Alright guys, so we're going to shake the bees off into a container, and these containers that are rounded, they make the best containers, and you can kind of look over. We looked over the frame to make sure the queen is on there, but that's something that you definitely don't want to do. Definitely don't want to get the queen in there. So what this is going to do, this is going to collect most of our nurse bees, and you can see there is a few drones in there. We are going to check this again for the queen. I've already looked it over. You need some kind of alcohol. This is the kind that we're using today. We've got this Varroa washer. What is this one called, Don? Varroa. It's definitely not called a Varroa washer, but it's a it's one of the devices you can use to wash, do alcohol washes with. And then we also have a container here. It's going to let us filter these bees out for mites. So if you want to knock them to the side and get a scoop there, Don, you want half a cup of bees. That's going to give you about 300 bees, and then you're going to put them straight into the wash. This does kill your bees, but you need some kind of science that's necessary. That way we have some kind of idea of what the mite wash. And you're going to want to shake these bees up to loosen those mites. You're going to want to shake this for about a minute or two, real vigorously, and that's going to let those mites fall off of the bees and fall down into the alcohol. And then we're going to filter it and do a mite count. So we'll come back whenever we do the filter. That way we can check and see what our mite count is. Alright, now that we got the bees washed, Don is over here shaking these bees down into the bottom of the box. That way we can save time, keep that hive open as least time as possible. So we're going to add queen excluders and get ready to start catching our honey, because it's honey time. So now we're going to just take these bees out. They're done. We're going to let that chill out right there. We'll dispose of those bees in a second. We just want to take this alcohol and filter it down through here. That way we can reuse our alcohol, and we're going to see what our mite count is, if we have any mites at all. So what I'm seeing down in there, I'm not seeing any Varroa mites. I see some debris. I see a little bit there's a stinger in there, a stinger right there, and some other little bits of debris, maybe dust and dirt off of the bees, maybe some segments, but that mite wash is clear. So this yard has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're gonna do we're gonna wash about a fourth of all of Don's bees. He has 3 back at the house. That puts us up to 16. So we're gonna do 4 washes. We're gonna do 3 over here, and we're gonna do 1 back at the house, and that's gonna give us a general overview of what our hive might look like. So we're gonna move on and continue to do these bees. All right, guys, that's it. We come through Don's yard. All of them are queen rights. We did our washes in here. They all washed 0. So that means that we're good on Varroa mites for now. We'll come back in 2 weeks and follow up with some oxalic dribble treatments. That's what Don wants to do in here. So that's what we're going to do for our mites. We did that last year. It worked really well. We could have treated with formic if we had seen mite population boost, but there was not any mites when we did the drone washes and the regular bee washes last year. So we went straight into oxalic treatments after our 2-week inspection, and the follow-up inspection we did oxalic dribble treatments. So that's all. I showed you guys how to do a alcohol wash. Get out there, check your bees. Those mite treatments are coming up, so it's crucial. It's a good time to check and see if you have queens and laying eggs. Don't be in there longer than 15 minutes per hive, and you're not going to get it sitting on the couch. All right, then.
Yeah, I gotta play. Yeah, bees with formic acid. Pour water. Wait.